lines, and we've been talking about okay, where to build, what to solve for until now. One of the things that while doing anything, and of course applies to building intelligence as well, is your application ecosystem. So I'm talking about a lot of different components within your environment or within your business context where you need to integrate with different components that you have, whether it be authentication, whether it be for, authorization, for anything else, where you are integrating with other components in your environment. Uh, what have you seen with respect to intelligence? Can it actually, it has the capability of accommodating these complexities when it comes to integration.
So there are solutions, especially in the area of anomaly detection. So, for example, a developer code committed, if it is like somewhere out of the usual way. For example, the LOCs committed are sort of obfuscated, or which is like not a usual way of doing it, or if um, a a package which is not like updated for a long time and suddenly there is an update. So there are works happening at the anomaly detection level. This is just a
Hmm,
simple
hmm,
example of developer
hmm,
behavior,
hmm.
but again, the I think coming to authentication, authorization. So I think AI can help here big time in this kind of outliers, or anomalies which are happening. And that's where I think it can be a big game changer when it comes to software supply chain security, because it doesn't just revolve around few things. It also includes the developer behavior. It also includes your container
Yeah.
registry. Something goes wrong there, it's like a dangerous thing. So yeah, things are happening, but right now, as I said, it's yet to catch to a level where security guys proudly can say, okay, this is what we should adopt. And
So my actually, I was also thinking of the area of, so right, like you rightly pointed out, the area of anomaly detection, and we had this last season an episode on identity threats, and I think they are also trying to use it in a big way in identity threats because there is a lot of behavioral analysis, anomaly detection that we can do there. If we bring it down to the software supply chain in general, and we are able to look at, if you look at particularly many of the listeners would be aware of, for example, SolarWinds happened,
yeah,
the Uber issue happened, it was a
yes,
secrets leak. Yeah, there was a code curve incident that happened. There are so many such incidents that have happened. Each of them are very different from each other. However, many of those are actually anomalies at the time that they were occurring. So to be able to proactively detect these kind of issues, the system might need to talk to so many different, with respect to integration, the system itself, the intelligence will need to talk to so many other uh, systems, including whether it is authentication, whether it is, your IDP, identity provider, or any other things, and look at what the context is and why a developer is, for example, releasing a certain piece of code at certain time in the day when they never do it, for example. So all of those could be an area. I don't know how much work has happened. Do you see that a lot of work has happened in that space in terms of the environment security for software development?
yeah. I think I am not aware of much of any specific cases like that, but yeah, there are some companies which have been tracking, which are like doing a good job, especially when it comes to supply chain security, who are like uh, very unique solutions they have for when it comes to dependency checks and reachability analysis, and also using AI to sort of how to propose alternatives to a particular package. So, for example, if Log4j is a risky package, then what are the
Hmm.
alternatives? So, AI bot can help basically to suggest that kind of things, and it also can help to runtime, not runtimes, like while developer is on the on work, and then a plugin can sort of immediately alert the developer saying that, "Hey, these are the dependencies which are sort of risky, and then these are the alternatives possible." So there are companies who are into that space, but as you said, with this complex systems talking to each other, and then creating a sort of strong sense of securities, I think that is yet to be achieved and yet to be, maybe people might be researching, but I'm not exactly aware of anything specific that I.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think it's a lot more complex than maybe we can do in this episode. Maybe we'll have it in the next episode. But it will also need some systems to maybe there, like for example, some level of maturity, some level of automation, where the systems, where the intelligence can learn from what is usual and then look at what behavior is not. For example, if you never signed the code in the first place,
Yeah,
it might be difficult to for it to say that hey, this is because signing authenticated signing, for example, so when that was never involved, it will be difficult for them to even say that there was an anomaly when somebody else actually pushed the
yeah,
code.
yeah.